If you sometimes feel like me on that thumbnail, when you're making a lot of cold calls or sales calls, then I want to share with you some techniques of what I do in order to manage my energy better so that I can keep growing in an efficient way without holding myself back. So, first of all, what I notice is that when you feel fatigued, a lot of people will default to thinking that they just need a day off or that they just need to sleep more. But that's not necessarily the case. That might help a little bit, if you've been lacking a little bit sleep, or maybe you just need a day off. But that by itself most likely won't solve all your problems if you've been in sales for like 1 or 2 years and you've been really trying to build your business so that you can do like good things with it, and be one of the best, right? Now, what I notice in myself, beyond sleep and beyond just taking a day off, what helps me is becoming like more aware of myself, what's actually going on in my body. Yes, I'm talking about my inner experience, my feelings, whatever is going on, right? And just by the fact of becoming aware of that, oftentimes you will already fix a big part of the issue. For example, I have been, in the latest period, I have been working a lot on my business and a lot on sales, and I've tried to do sleep more, but it doesn't necessarily. Sometimes it just leads to sloth if I sleep more. So I just need to sleep enough, sleep 8 hours a day, and then I cut it. I wake up, and then I feel like, well, what's actually causing this, right? What's helping me do this is like learning to become aware of my inner self, like meditation. I guess doing meditation for years has helped me with that. But even if you don't, you could still try to sense actually what's going on, because for several weeks I've been feeling like I've been fatigued, and like I said, just doing more sleep didn't fix it. But when I became really aware of myself, and it's not necessarily always when I meditate, sometimes it's just like insights I have. Like, for example, yesterday I had an insight because the days before I was always feeling like when I'm speaking to my prospects or even when I'm here, there's like always a lot of stress and a lot of like emotional, what do you call it? Just weird, awkward, and bad feelings sometimes when I'm trying to improve my sales, right? And then I was like really getting frustrated with that. I was like, why is it always like this? Why do I always feel like this? Like, this is so stupid, this should be more natural. And yesterday I became aware of that this is something that was happening and that I actually was feeling that way. And just by me becoming aware of that, it already alleviated a big part of the issue. It already gave me a sense of relief from the issue, because by becoming aware of that, I could then move into like accepting that, and then I just felt better. I just immediately felt a lot better. That doesn't necessarily mean that my problem was fixed, but I just felt like, even though I'm still frustrated with that, I now become okay with the fact that I am I now become okay with the fact that I am experiencing those emotions, and then it just removes the frustration part of it, and it already helps a lot with it, right? So that is what I say. That's what helped me a lot. But I think this is a pretty common problem that salespeople face, right? I think for a lot of people, they just grind a lot, and it's like it depends on your personality, right? I think some people are like naturally more talkative, and when they speak to people, it doesn't necessarily drain their energy. For me, this was very different. For me, when I started, I didn't start with sales, right? I started with things like cold approach, and then it just felt always, even before that, like being with people took a lot of like energy out of me, and that led me to being more passive with people before I started working on myself. And then when I did improve, I started tackling that and then started talking to people, but that drains my energy. Being with people, talking with people, figuring out how to do this, like that really drained me. And this is something that I see with some other people who are like maybe autistic, or some people who just had really problems with like social skills. And some people, my point is like, for some people, this is gonna drain a lot of energy. For other people, if they're serious about sales, it's probably still going to drain their energy because they work at it so hard. But my point is like everyone is going to experience different issues in different situation, a different experience, right? So it really depends also a lot on your personality. So that's why I say that you really need to feel that out, right? You need to feel that out for yourself. There's no unique solution to that. It's not necessarily about sleeping more. It's not necessarily about taking a day off. It's really about becoming aware of what's going on in your experience, in your sales goals, and the way you're interacting with people. And then trying to become aware of what's frustrating you, what's holding you back, what's making you fatigued, and then working to solve that. So that is what I would say. It's a bit of a different video today, a bit calmer and like a bit awkward, I guess, but I don't really care that much about just speaking here. So, but anyway, let me know if you liked the video, or if there's any ideas you want to talk about with me. Feel free to check out my next video as well. I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.